As a kid, Mortal Kombat has always had my attention in the fighting game genre, but after Tekken 8, the way I look at fighting games has completely changed.
It is time.
On May 18, 2023, MK1 was revealed. And being an MK fan since I was a kid, I was excited. It was all I thought about for 5 months until its release on September 14th, 2023. And on that day, I stayed up all night, completely going through the whole story in one playthrough. Then I moved to Invasions and Online. In the end, I had about 200 plus hours in the game, but after a very dumb loss and raging right after that, I decided I need to take a break.
Les couchers de soleil sur la scène me rappellent ce que je dois protéger. Je vais m'en charger.
Get ready for the next battle! Tekken 8! New challenger!
Accepte ta défaite. Tu as perdu d'avance.
Victor Chevalier!
Around late 2023, I started hearing that Tekken 8 was dropping this year. I had never played a Tekken game, and the closest I'd ever got to a 3D fighting game was Mortal Kombat vs. DC and Dead or Alive 5 and 6. So when I heard Tekken would be dropping in January of 2024, I thought, I don't even want to play that game. I don't care. I would watch streamers and YouTubers who liked the game and talked about it often, so I would hear about it, but it wasn't my main focus. But then, the game dropped. I start seeing Tekken content all over my feed on YouTube, as well as some of my favorite streamers and YouTubers playing the game. And suddenly I get this feeling, this thought in my head, I have to get it. The thing was, I couldn't. So I did the next best thing. I got the demo just to make sure that this was something I actually wanted to get into. And I was blown away.
俺たちはこの世に存在するべきではない。愚かだな、風間陣。
The complexity of the game, the massive size of the moves list, and the satisfaction that comes when you land a high damage combo. Being a newcomer to the series definitely helps as well, because not only is this a new fighting game with new characters to learn, it's also a 3D fighting where every character has like 80 different moves, making it feel like even more of a new experience. And it only got better and better. The features the game had just blew MK1 out of the water. There are 3 that I genuinely think that all fighting games need to have from now on. The first is a feature that allows you to demo combos before you do them for optimal learning. You can have the game demonstrate any move you want before you attempt to do it so that you actually get it right. This can be especially helpful when the move you try to do has diagonal movements and you aren't sure if you're pressing the right buttons for the move. The next is the save status feature. This makes it so that if you want to practice a specific part of a combo, you can start from a saved point instead of having to reproduce the combo or action repeatedly. So let's say you're trying to learn a new super long combo. If you've gotten the first part down, you can save the status after the first part, and anytime you reset, you'll be put back into that position to continue the combo from there. But the most impressive feature by far is the ability to actually go back into your replays and have the game teach you what you could have done better, whether it was how to punish or block a specific move. This feature single-handedly has become one of the best and most helpful features I've ever seen in a fighting game, not only for Tekken beginners like myself, but also for people who play Tekken regularly. If this feature becomes something that is normal to have in fighting games, it could make people want to actually play the game instead of just giving up when they get folded by a veteran. Another thing I love about Tekken 8 is the customization. It feels like you can make whatever character you want in the game. I've seen characters like Snake from Metal Gear Solid all the way to Goku from Dragon Ball. Out of all the ones I've seen though, these are my favorites. This is hands down better than any customization I've ever seen in a Mortal Kombat game, maybe even any NRS fighting game. The lack of overpriced microtransactions was also very refreshing, especially after coming from MK1, the game that literally had people paying $12 just for fatalities and $10 for skins that you can't even customize. Even though the currency in MK could be earned in game to some extent, it was still pretty bad considering how terrible the customization was on MK1. They just kept downgrading it from Injustice 2 to MK11 to MK1. I know there was some news on a new thing that Tekken's getting called the Tekken Shop, so when that drops, we'll see how it works. Honestly though, I think that even if you have to pay real money to get stuff there, I don't think it'll be too bad unless it's insanely overpriced, because you actually have so many options for customization that you can earn just by playing the game. Another thing I want to talk about is crossplay. Crossplay is also a big part of gaming now, since people want to play with their friends without having to be on the same console, and Tekken beat MK on that front as well. Tekken has had crossplay on launch, while MK1 is still yet to implement it. I don't understand why they are, because MK1 literally had crossplay in the game. Also, it's 2024. Every AAA game with online features should have crossplay. Tekken 8 is better than MK1, but MK1 isn't a bad game gameplay wise. MK1's core gameplay is amazing and it's fun, but the game as a whole is lacking a lot compared to Tekken 8. As for Street Fighter 6, I haven't played it yet. So if anyone's played it in the comments, let me know. Is it better than Tekken 8? Of course, as every game does, Tekken 8 does have its issues, but it's definitely one of, if not the best fighting games I've played in a while. Also, if you want to know why AAA games need more competition, click on this video here.